Hi, I'm Todd Sorois, Technical Product Manager with Win Enterprises. If you're not familiar with Win Enterprises, we manufacture embedded motherboards and box-level platforms that can be used by OEMs for networking, industrial control, high-performance computing, or any number of embedded computing applications. Today we'll be discussing the MB-80100. It's a high-performance Intel-powered motherboard, a system host board, designed in the PICMIC 1.3 form factor. Today we'll be describing the board on a high level, looking at some of its target audiences, its advantages over other solutions, and finally we'll delve into some of the technical applications. Targeted audiences for this platform are any industries with the need of a similar platform like PICMIC 1.3, but with an emphasis on more processor density, memory density, and an unprecedented amount of bandwidth for its footprint. Win Enterprises has seen interest in this and similar boards with application from industries such as military applications, medical imaging, earth and aerospace sciences like meteorology studies, seismic, aerospace industries, mineral and resource exploration, or any application where the combination of extreme performance and high throughput, as well as modularity, are the primary demand. Because this is based on a custom platform that is inspired by the PICMIC 1.3 spec, the board maintains a great deal of compatibility with other 1.3 designs, including consistent size and shape. With the use of special midplane, this platform can fit in a 2U high footprint, which makes it extremely powerful offering in a relatively small size. The MB-80100 is a system host board platform designed in the style of PICMIC 1.3 but with some key differences. Firstly, the MB-80100 is actually two PCBs. The MB-80100 is actually the carrier board, and it's just a bit over 13 inches long and just a hair over 5 inches wide. These dimensions are actually totally compliant with the PICMIC 1.3 spec. Sitting on top of the MB-80100 is the required CPU module. This contains a dual LGA 1366 sockets for your dual NeLM or Westmere CPUs. We've also provided 3 DIMM slots for each CPU for a triple channel memory array. It's DDR3, ECC or non-ECC, buffered or unbuffered. The carrier board, however, contains all of the extensively integrated high-performance features that the platform has to offer. These features are things such as 36 lanes of PCI Express Generation 2.0 without the use of any switches, a full 64-bit PCI-X connection without the need of an active backplane, 8 ports of LSI SAS RAID using an integrated 1068E chip, 6 additional ports of SATA 2 from the ICH-10R Intel South Bridge. We also provide USB 2.0, FireWire, and dual gigabit Ethernet LANs. Let's look at some of the specifics of the MB-80100. As I mentioned before, this platform is actually two PCBs. The top PCB here contains your 2 LGA 1366 sockets for your Xeon 5500 or 5600 processors, NeLM and Westmere. Each processor has 3 DIMM slots dedicated to it to put your memory in a triple channel array. These are DDR3 sockets. They can be ECC or non-ECC, registered or unregistered. The reason why we elected to make this a 2-board design is because the LGA 1366 socket is fairly large. We would not have been able to fit 2 of these on the main board and support all of the integrated features that I'm going to go over with shortly. Moving on to the major system I/O, this board is powered by the Intel 5520 server chipset. This provides 36 lanes of PCI Express Generation 2.0 to your backplane. We do this by using this will look familiar to PICMIC 1.3 designers. We have the PICMIC A and B connectors. These provide 20 of your 36 lanes of PCI Express Generation 2.0. And on the bottom here, we added an MXM2 slot. Now, the importance of this MXM2 slot is that it can be used for 2 different purposes. One, it can be used for standard MXM2 compliant mobile graphics cards. These will drive your video out of either the LVDS port, which is on the top of the board, or through this DVI port that we've supplied. The other purpose of this MXM2 slot is that it's also a by 16 slot. So with our MXM2 redriver card, you can use this card to drive another 16 lanes of PCI Express Generation 2.0 to your backplane to give you the 36 lanes that I mentioned. This is done without the use of any switches, so it's pure bandwidth straight to your chipset. An additional feature on this board that is unique is on the final C and D connectors, we didn't use SAS, USB, or LAN to bring to the backplane, for the reason that those connections can be easily cabled out. It's cabled out in virtually any other design. So instead, we decided to take these pins and instead offer 64-bit PCI-X. This is at 133 megahertz, and this is not standard to the PICMIC design, which actually only accounts for 32-bit PCI or PCI-X. So you can get 64 bits of PCI-X at 133 megahertz and 36 lanes of PCI Express Generation 2.0 to your backplane without the use of any active components on that backplane. We've integrated some nice storage options on this board, one of which is an integrated LSI 1068E SAS chip. This provides 8 ports of SAS, RAID capable obviously. Also, you'll see that there are 6 ports of SATA 2 available, also RAID capable via the ICH10 RAID option ROM that is selectable in our BIOS. Let's finish off with some of the rest of the features of this board. We supply dual Intel Gigabit Ethernet LANs. These are available through the PCI bracket. Additionally, we provide 6 USB 2.0 ports. We provide a FireWire chip on the board that can be cabled out with our FireWire dongle that has a connector at the end of it. There's also an HD audio port on here, and we can provide you one of our optional HD audio modules to provide HD audio sound that doesn't require you to put in a PCI card and use up any of your precious few slots. Additionally, you'll see the fan connectors on the board. These are PWM controlled, so you can control the speed and acoustics of your fan as well as the cooling profile. And these temperature monitors also monitor the temperature of some of the major system board components like the CPUs and the middle switch. The MB-80100 is an ultra-high performance PICMIC style board that's ideal for any applications that requires the modularity of PICMIC, but with much more performance in mind. Again, this provides 36 lanes of PCI Express Generation 2.0 with no switch, 64-bit PCI-X to your backplane. There are extensive storage options that I already mentioned. And again, the modular footprint here is pretty key. This board can actually fit in a 2U high form factor with the heat sinks. If you have any more questions about this board, please feel free to contact Wood Enterprises at the information on the screen.